Good Sunday morning. Happy New Year's Eve, December 31st. We made it. Let's take a live look over Elitch Gardens there as we have a nice little sunrise coming up. 7 a.m., an hour later right now than we usually start on this New Year's Eve. Well, for the final time of 2023, you know the drill. We want to see what brought you joy this week. You can text them to us at 303-871-1491. We'll be sharing them with you throughout the show. Happy New Year's Eve. Mark Salinger, along with Carl Lamb. You are joining us as some other 9 News meteorologists take a little break. Yeah. It's great to have you here in Denver.
Absolutely. It's nice to be here, and it's nice to bring some nice weather.
It's beautiful outside yesterday. You were telling me, though, a little bit chillier, a little bit cloudier today. Still, though,
no
really snow, nice. No any real weather coming up.
Yeah, I mean, even tonight, we're going to have the clouds dissipate, and they'll be gone by the time we have the 9 o'clock fireworks downtown, and then the midnight showing, same deal. So let's show you the forecast headlines as we're tracking them right now. It's cloudier again for today. It's a mild start to 2024, and we do have the chance for a few flakes later this week. We're not talking about significant snow, but we may get grazed by a system a little further south. So we're watching that closely, but at this point, it's just very comfortable. 24 degrees at the airport and 24 is the wind chill right now, so the wind's really not an issue. Here's current temperatures maybe in your neighborhood. If you're down in Alamosa, Saguache, Buena Vista, it's really a mild start compared to, at least there's no minus sign in front of that in Alamosa, and down around the urban corridor, Fort Collins, Greeley, Denver, temperatures generally in the upper teens to lower 20s at this point. In terms of what to expect for the next 6 hours or so, temperatures going to warm up really quickly, but the clouds are back as we head towards game time. Temperatures will be in the low 40s for today, but then what's in store for 2024? I'll have all that and more coming up in the 7-day forecast.
We start this Sunday morning with an alert from Lakewood Police. They're looking for a missing man. 67-year-old Juan Perez Ailman was last seen near South Eaton Street in Lakewood. He's wearing blue shirt, jeans, gray shoes, and a gray backpack. If you see him, you're asked to call Lakewood Police. In the wake of a Christmas Eve shooting inside the Citadel Mall, people gathered this weekend in Colorado Springs to advocate against violence. One man was killed, 2 more were injured in the shooting there last week. Organizers say the event at that specific mall is an area that's been plagued with gun violence for years. An 18-year-old was killed last week, and the shooting also left a mall security guard injured.
It's not the problem. Any mall in America is not the problem. The problem is the mentality of the people who are in that particular area. We should change that. We should change the mentality because violence is not the answer.
The event was organized by the group called Men of Influence, who you just heard from there. The event aims to curb gun violence, curb crime, and all violence in that area. They hope to do that by mentoring and helping youth. Back here in Denver, 2 people are dead and 2 others are hurt after a shooting near Sloan's Lake yesterday. The 2 people hurt are expected to survive, luckily. Happened a little before 2 yesterday morning after a fight outside the Viking Bar on West Colfax near Wolf Street. Police haven't shared any suspect information yet. They're still looking into what happened. Denver fire crews worked to put out a large fire at a 2-story house under construction yesterday. Happened near South Madison Street and East Boccaro Drive in South Denver. Luckily, no one was hurt. It's the 3rd fire at a building under construction in the metro area this month. Just 2 weeks ago, crews worked to put out a large apartment fire at a building under construction at Colfax and Peoria. That took several days to put out, you might remember. And a few days prior to that, a fire broke out in an apartment building under construction in Aurora on South Addison Street and South Aurora Parkway and E470. That one destroyed 5 units. Well, tonight is one of the most dangerous nights to be on the road. With people drinking and driving, police are ready to arrest anyone who thinks that's a good idea. Colorado State Patrol data shows DUI-related crashes have increased every year between 2019 and 2022. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch shows us how CSP is making sure all drivers see 2024.
Time's ticking away to figure out plans to bring in 2024. But Colorado State Patrol has had its plans for this weekend all year long.
Any holiday, but New Year's is a particularly harsh one for us with people driving impaired. What we have is we have additional troopers that we're going to be out over this weekend looking for impaired drivers.
CSP Master Trooper Gary Cutler hopes more troopers on the roads will prevent accidents and deter drunk drivers.
So that they might decide that that's not the best thing to be doing to try and get home after they've been drinking.
CSP reports show more than 650 injuries and fatal crashes occurred in 2022 due to DUIs, an 18% increase from 2021.
Have your fun, but what we ask is have a plan to get home safely, have a backup plan in case that one doesn't work. So that gives you two different ways of just making sure that you've already made this decision before you're impaired and you're not thinking as clearly as you should be.
CSP has increased its commitment to keeping impaired drivers off roads across the state. This is the first holiday season with a focused resource on the issue.
We also have a dedicated statewide DUI team that goes around in certain areas that is looking particularly for impaired drivers.
CSP says it keeps busy in the final week of the year. The agency found potential DUIs increase around Christmas and peak at New Year's.
CSP staffed an increase of troopers beginning on Friday night, plans to have a larger presence on the roads through Monday. Well, a reminder this morning that RTD is still starting its New Year free rides with all buses and trains that will be fare free, at least for a few hours tonight. It all starts at 7 p.m. tonight, runs through 7 a.m. New Year's Day. The service is free and is available on all buses, trains, and metro rides, as well as the mall rides if you're going down to see the fireworks on 16th Street Mall. The new year will also bring new lower fares for RTD users. The standard 3-hour fare will go down once the new year starts from the current $3 to $2.75. Day pass is dropping by 50 cents to $5.50. Fare to the airport will also drop by 50 cents to $10. In addition, RTD is getting rid of the regional fares, and it's also good to note that people under 19 and under will already ride for free until next summer. That's on all RTD trains and buses. Well, the new year will also bring in a number of new laws, including one of those that will help those dealing with eating disorders. The law will limit the use of body mass index in determining treatment. Doctors who work with people with eating disorders say that's important because a person's weight is not necessarily what needs to be addressed. It's the change in weight.
People get too hung up on weight when it comes to eating disorder treatment. And eating disorder treatment is a mental health diagnosis with medical complications. So there's much more that goes into an eating disorder than weight.
The new law will also ban the sale of diet pills to minors without a prescription, which doctors say is critical in preventing eating disorder development. Important news also for folks living with asthma. Doctors are warning about a big change coming to inhalers in the new year. Starting tomorrow, the asthma inhaler Flovent, made by GSK, will be coming off of pharmacy shelves. Industry insiders say the company is discontinuing it due to Medicaid rebate changes. The changes would force GSK to pay a hefty penalty for price hikes. Doctors say the generic version taking its place works just as well, but it doesn't appear to be covered as widely with insurance companies. Don't forget also, you won't be able to get plastic bags at most grocery stores anymore starting tomorrow. The state law enacted last year allows stores to sell recycled paper bags for 10 cents each or more if your county allows that. Some small stores and restaurants will be exempt. Now, the full list of laws going into effect, it's pretty long. For a full, complete list, we'll make it easy for you. Just go on to 9news.com, or you can text the word laws to 303-871-1491. We'll send them right to your phone. Also, just a reminder, if you're taking down all those Christmas decorations, the city of Denver will start collecting your Christmas trees for recycling starting next week. On Tuesday, 3 weekday locations will open for drop-off. Aurora also has 3 drop-off locations. That's at Del Mar, Saddle Park, and Olympic Park. And Lakewood has one at the city greenhouse. You can check the exact addresses and times for all those locations. We have those posted on 9news.com. Well, not all those gifts that you bought for anybody this year were winners for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever. If you try to return those gifts, you might also have to pay for them to ship them back. According to one logistics company, more than 80% of merchants are now charging a fee for at least some returns. One reason companies charge fees is because it hurts them and their profitability. They have to cover the cost of shipping fees and then have to mark down the return goods to sell them back to someone else. Data from the National Retail Federation shows that customers sent back nearly 17% of the stuff that they bought last year. Well, this holiday season, billions in gift cards will go unused. You know, when Aunt Sally gives you a gift card and you're like, what am I going to use that? Yeah, the companies actually make a lot of money doing that. A new survey found almost half of all adults in the U.S. have at least one unspent gift card. Sometimes people are saving it for a special occasion, just forget about it, lose it, put it in their junk drawer, never even remember that it's there. Federal law says gift cards cannot expire for at least 5 years. In fact, most big companies budget for the number of gift cards that they don't think will be used. Last year, Starbucks reported more than $200 million in revenue from gift cards that people didn't use.